Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and we finally have some details on Final Fantasy XIV's open beta test on Xbox. It's crazy to be saying that after like a decade of wondering when it was going to happen. Now, I apologize in advance. It's like 6 in the morning. This is pre-caffeine happy. Like, I didn't even want to do my hair. I just threw a hat on. This is what I do, and I'm just like, we need to get started for the day. So I'm in pieces right now. So let's just focus on what's on the script here, what's on the actual Lodestone post. Now, the open beta test for Final Fantasy XIV's Xbox version is going to be taking place starting on Wednesday, February 21st. So just midway into the month, about three quarters into the month, about a week before 7 Rebirth is going to be coming out. So, at least there's a little bit of it, there's a lack of overlap with that one. Not to mention in the morning, Aloha is desperate for attention, even though I played with him for 10 minutes before this. Now, the open beta test is only available to new players who will be playing 14 for the first time. Take this opportunity to invite your Xbox owning friends who have never experienced the ever-expanding world of 14 and adventure together. Now, as for actual details, we do get something I was kind of expecting, but it was 50-50 about. As Final Fantasy XIV is an online multiplayer game, you need to adjust various privacy settings to play on the Xbox Series X and S. Okay, so this I didn't know. I know one thing it's going to say later because somebody tweeted it at me, but you have to do all this to play on X? I guess it's like parental stuff and whatnot. So you need to go to Settings, Account, Privacy and Online Safety, Xbox Privacy. I already wouldn't want to play on Xbox. Just reading this first instruction. I'm already like, oh, dude, listen, if I got to do all this just to play. Okay. Communication multiplayer, the following settings are required. You can join multiplayer games. You can join cross-network play. Others can communicate with voice, text, or invites. You can communicate outside of Xbox with voice and text. All that needs to be set to allow and everybody. It's really a thing on Xbox. Yeah, you know what? I remembered you needed that join cross-network play option turned on. That I remembered, but man, all of it? Really? Okay. Well, I'm learning stuff because I've never owned an Xbox, so I've never had to even think about all this stuff. From the previous view details and customize menu, select game content and confirm. You can see an upload community creation set to everybody. All right, navigate to the Microsoft Store and search for Final Fantasy XIV and visit the product page. From the ... option menu, select and download 14's free trial onto your Xbox Series X or S. After installation finishes, launch the game and follow the on-screen instructions to begin your adventure. All that's pretty standard. The open beta test contains the same content, features, and limitations as the free trial version. Now, if those of you are watching and are looking forward to playing on Xbox for the first time, you can see above me the free trial is right there. The free trial is up to level 70, includes the first 2 expansions in that of Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, and most of the content throughout. It's a lot, including 5, they got like 5 extra jobs on top of the base jobs. I mean, to be fair, you have Rogue into Ninja, which isn't really a base job, but yeah, similar enough. But yeah, when you hit 50, you could change to Red Mage or Samurai. When you get to Ishgard and the Heavensward expansion, you can become a Dark Knight, Astrologian, or Machinist. So lots and lots of stuff. It is a very expansive free trial. So you don't have to be worried about getting to level 20 or something like that. It's not that kind of free trial. It was at one point, but not anymore. The free trial version, including the open beta test, will not require an Xbox Game Pass Core or Ultimate plan to play. This is what was tweeted at me. However, the full Xbox Series X and S version will require an Xbox Game Pass Core or Ultimate plan to play. Now, this was the kicker, because for years, that was, or something similar to this, was the policy that Square Enix wouldn't budge on, that Final Fantasy XIV wouldn't budge on. Because on PlayStation, you do not need, at least as of this recording, PlayStation Plus in order to play Final Fantasy XIV online. And way back when, Yoshi P said that this was one of the problems. It was one of 2 problems that was preventing them from actually working together. Now, it looks like they compromised and had one issue go away, and the other issue leaned on the side of Microsoft. Issue number one was this, but issue number two was that the policy for Microsoft back then, when the talks were first happening, was that Xbox would need its own servers on top of the cross-play servers, which they would absolutely not budge on. So it's just interesting to see that this is where they gave up. But you know what? I will say this, Game Pass, even Core and Ultimate plans are a lot more common nowadays. You know, a lot more people were looking to avoid paying for that service way back when, but Xbox has kind of made it in such a way that a lot of people have moved over to those Core or Ultimate plans if they do plan on playing online anyway. So I think it's one of those things that when you don't have an Xbox, it looks like worse. Back then it was like, what was it, online? It was like silver and gold or whatever it was like a decade ago. But it's probably not as big an issue. It's definitely going to be an issue for some people, but I think it's more of an issue for people who just think about needing it compared to PlayStation, but still interesting. Now, for existing 14 players who already have the free trial version on a different platform will be unable to participate in the open beta test. We ask any players who wish to play 14 on Xbox with an existing Square Enix account and associated characters to just please wait until the full launch. Yeah, they're not saying you can't play the Xbox version on launch. They're just saying that you won't be able to do the free test, which, I mean, you still technically can if you just want to test it out to see how it plays or runs, which, to be frank, let's be honest, it'll be fine. Then you could always make a new account and do it that way. And then just, you know, when the game does come out, you know, do the usual hoops that you go through to play Final Fantasy XIV. To play on Xbox, you'll need to link your Microsoft account and Square Enix account. You will not be able to unlink the accounts once linked, so keep that in mind as well. We ask that existing players please wait until the official release to link your Square Enix account. All right, so there's that as well. And transferring to the official Xbox Series X and S version, we planned... Okay, so this was another thing that we expected them to do. And, you know, I'm not surprised because they did the same thing with PlayStation. We plan to launch the Xbox Series X and S version immediately following the conclusion of the open beta test, the date of which will be determined after thorough reviews. Final Fantasy XIV game data will be transferred, and you will not need to re-download the game to play. The timing of the data transfer and official release for the Xbox Series X and S will be announced at a later date. Should maintenance be required to address any issues discovered during the open beta test, we will announce those details separately. That concludes all the details you need to know. So essentially, do all this nonsense that I can't believe you need to do. Make sure that you know, have an Xbox, and, you know, eventually when it comes out, you're going to need Game Pass Core Ultimate. That's really the big thing. Another thing is, don't forget, with Final Fantasy XIV, when you want to play on another platform, you got to buy it on another platform. The good news is that does usually come with 30 days free time. So anyone who is planning on adding the Xbox version to their already existing service account does have that to look forward to, I guess. You know, you'll buy it, and to get in, you'll get another 30 days free. But there's a few other details that are worth remembering. Either way, interested to see what the overall reception is. I think a lot of people are nervous about it being on Xbox, which to me is a little strange. There's plenty of... It's not like everyone who plays on Xbox is that, like, I think a lot of us who grew up with the Xbox in its infancy have an idea of what Xbox is, and like the user base generally looks at. It's not. I promise there's a lot of people who have Xbox who are perfectly normal, like everybody else who plays video games and Final Fantasy and whatnot. So I don't think there's anything to be worried about, but I don't know what to expect in terms of player influx. I don't have that high of an expectation of player influx, but I think it's higher than people think it will be. I just don't think it'll be like, the servers are breaking, oh my God, there's millions of them, what are we gonna do, kind of deal, you know? So anyway, those are the details for the Xbox open beta test for Final Fantasy XIV. If you're planning on hopping in on Xbox, I will say welcome, enjoy the free trial, take your time. It is not a rush to max level. And yeah, hopefully you can use me as a resource if need be. I live stream every day and I answer questions even when I'm not playing Final Fantasy, which right now is not a lot because Grand Blue has me sucked in and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is at the end of the month. So all the same, if you have a question, stop by. And if you have questions, leave them in the comment section. If I don't get to them, somebody else will. But I've got plenty of resources for anyone starting up. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go make breakfast and get ready for some Grand Blue. I got weapons to grind. I got to get to it. So I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, I bid you adieu. Bye-bye.